If you want it, it can happen. Just get out of the way. If you believe it, doors will open when you get out of the way. And it will come to you. It will come to you.
It is our desire to assist you in becoming closer vibrational matches to the desires that you have concluded. You have been moving through your physical experience, and as you have been evaluating this contrast, you are continually giving birth to new desires. We are calling these rockets of desires because as the contrast produces the new idea within you, it is usually a fast, brief, different vibration than your usual vibration is. In other words, the contrast gives you the new idea. Now your work is to turn your attention to the new idea and to talk about it, to think about it, to muse it, to ponder it, to pretend it, to visualize it, to work it over in your mind until this new idea, which in the beginning feels quite a bit like a stranger to you because this is where your vibration usually is, as you look this new idea over and you talk about it and pretend it and play with it until it becomes a very familiar vibration with you. And once this new idea becomes a familiar feeling vibration with you, now law of attraction sees the vibrational match, and now there is actualization or manifestation around this new idea. And you now stand in this new place with this new manifestation. And as that happens, you also achieve a new perspective. And a whole new set of contrasting experiences are now around you, which right away gives birth to another rocket of desire, which in the beginning feels very strange to you because this is where you are accustomed to vibrating. So now your work is to look at the new idea, talk about it, pretend it, play with it, until it becomes the most familiar vibration within you. And when it does, there is another manifestation. Law of attraction matches it up. And now here you stand in a new set of contrasting experiences, which gives birth to another rocket of desire, which in the beginning feels very weird to you. So now your work is to look at it and play with it and pretend it until it becomes familiar, and then there is a manifestation, and now you're standing in a new place with a new set of contrasting experience, which gives birth to another rocket of desire, which in the beginning feels very weird to you. We think we will do this for the whole seminar.
Imagine it, pretend it, feel it. Imagine it, pretend it, feel it. Whatever you want, whatever you dream, whatever your wish, it's easier than it seems when you fantasize reality. You realize your fantasy. Imagine it, pretend it, feel it.
Because this is what your experience is. In other words, sometimes we see you, you're over here in this place, this beginning place, you're evaluating this contrast, and you give birth to this rocket of desire. And rather than understanding that this is what we are all existing for, this rocket of desire is the nugget that law of attraction promises. This contrasting experience that gives birth to this rocket of desire is the beginning of the summoning process.
Look for the positive aspects. Let contrast be your guide. Look for the positive aspects. The universe is on your side. Choosing and feeling, feeling and choosing thoughts that serve you best. Look for the positive aspects. Look for the positive aspects and disregard the rest.
The contrast is the stuff that puts the eternalness in eternity, because without the contrast, the new idea could not be born. And without the new idea pulsing and drawing unto itself, thought would not continue to go beyond that which it has been before. Oh, the new idea is, it is the nugget of life. It is what we are all existing for. And yet so often, we see our physical friends evaluating contrast, giving birth to this magnificent, new unto the universe, leading edge thought, rocket of desire. And you say, oh, something I don't have, something unfulfilled. You are so quick to call yourself incomplete or failing. And we would agree with part of that. You are certainly and eternally incomplete. We all are. For we will never get it done. You cannot get it wrong, and you will never get it done.
I'll never get it all done. Might as well take my time. I never can get it wrong. I know that can ease my mind to go where I want to go and do what I want to do. Enjoy.
So when the contrast produces the new idea, feel the pleasure of the new idea. Feel the nugget of the new desire. Feel the rocket that has been born within you. Feel the life-giving thing that has happened within you, and understand that you are not a failure. While you are certainly incomplete, you always will be. Sometimes we see you. You come to a gathering such as this, and you are wanting very much to be the deliberate creator of your experience. You want to create your own reality. We know that you do. And as the contrast produces a desire within you, we want you to feel the freshness and the eagerness of this new leading edge thing that is within you. But sometimes, because you've been given the impression, you've picked it up somewhere along your physical trail, that your work is to figure out what to do and then achieve it, and figure out what to do and achieve it, like there are some sorts of marks that you will get on some chart somewhere. And we say it's sort of like you decide you're going to take a vacation, and you say, I'm going to go to 14 cities. I'm going to leave home, and I'm going to go here and 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 here, and then I'm going to come back home. And if you were approaching this vacation the way many of you approach this business of creating your own reality, with all seriousness, you would say, well, let's see. I'm going to go all of those places, and then I'm going to come back home. And since I'm already home, then why go? I've got it done. Vacation achieved. You mark it off your list. Well, that's something done. I don't have to get that done. That's now done. And we say, do not misunderstand. You did not come into this magnificent leading edge environment to get it done. You came forth into this perfect contrasting experience because you wanted the exhilarating experience as a leading edge creator of feeling the new idea born within you. Because you know the thrill and the power of having a new idea born within you, because from your non-physical perspective, you understand law of attraction will summon through you. And you know from your broader non-physical perspective that when that happens, when you are a focused being with a desire that is born within you, and you are a vibrational match to your own desire, so that the energy that your desire is calling through you is a perfect vibrational match to that which you are, then you have a glorious experience. And that's what that feeling of passion or eagerness is. Do you believe us when we say you are worthy beings? You are pure, positive energy beings. We want you to know that. We want you to come to feel the perfection of that which you are. Because in that appreciation of self, in that understanding that all is well, you will be more of a vibrational match to the things that you would desire. It's like the cork that is bobbing up here on the surface of the water. This cork is in this high energy place, pure, fast vibration. No resistance here. Now take hold of the cork and hold it under the water. That's what negative emotion is. Giving your attention to something that holds you in a vibration different from what is natural to you. The good news is that even though you may have hold of a thought that is holding you in a place of resistance, that is not allowing the fullness of who you really are to flow through you, when you take your attention away from whatever that thought is, and therefore you release whatever that resistance was, your cork bobs right back to the surface.
Keep your cork afloat, nothing's what it seems. Merrily, happily, joyfully, thankfully, life is but a dream. Keep your cork afloat, nothing's what it seems. Merrily, happily, joyfully, thankfully, life is but a dream. 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 Life is but a dream.
This is the most significant analogy that we will ever offer to you. If you can hear it, it will be extremely important to you, because what it is saying to you is your natural state is this place of well-being. That's why we begin by saying well-being abounds. There is only a source of well-being. The well-being is not in question. The contrast that creates the rocket of desire, or the nugget that takes thought beyond which it has ever been before, is not in question. The contrasting universe that will continue to create leading edge thought is not in question. In other words, the laws of the universe are that which they are. The only question that we are wanting to ask you, and that we encourage you to ask yourselves on a regular basis, is, am I letting it in? Right now, am I letting it in? Am I letting the well-being in that is natural to me? And what you will come to realize as we are moving through this day is that the way you know whether you are letting it in is by the way you are feeling.
Let all that I want in. Let it in, let it in. Let the well-being in. Let it in, let it in. Let all that I want in. Let it in, let it in. Let the well-being in. Let it in.
So when we say to you, you are worthy beings, worthy is a tricky word. As you offer it, you mean all kinds of different things by it. But when we use the word, what we are wanting you to understand that we mean when we see you as worthy beings, we mean that your natural state is in a place of pure positive energy. And we want to help you coax yourself by releasing one thought that doesn't feel good, one thought that doesn't feel good, one thought that doesn't feel good at a time, until you bring yourself into this place of allowing your natural well-being to flow through you. In other words, once you're letting it in, then you are in that place of well-being. And that's the way we would approach worthiness. It's not about where I was born, or what I've been doing, or how long I've been doing it, or who knows I've been doing it, or what anybody else thinks about what I've been doing. The only thing that matters is how you feel right here and now, because this is where your point of power is. The universe is responding to the vibration that you are offering now, you see. It's like in every moment you're offering a vibrational signal, not so different from a radio signal, and the universe is matching that signal. And so that's what this gathering will be about today. We want to chew with you about anything that is important to you. And we see our value to you in assisting you in coming closer into vibrational harmony with those things that you are wanting. Adjusting the vibration of your being is not something that happens instantly. Sometimes you come here wanting a quantum leap, wanting to go drastically from one place to another. And we say, we really don't encourage quantum leaps.
Well, I could take a quantum leap, but that might be too much to handle. So why not wait and appreciate? No need to burn both ends of the candle. I'll take it one step, one little step, a little step at a time. On my way up the emotional scale.
What we encourage is just gradual, steady, easy allowance or opening to the energy that is natural to you. When you are allowing yourself to be a vibrational match to that which is your source, what happens to you is you thrive. When you are connected to source energy, you are allowing source energy. When you are in vibrational harmony with well-being, you are allowing source energy. That's how you thrive. So let's go back to this emotional meter for just a moment. We're wanting to help you to realize your relationship with your source energy. So there are only two questions that you're wanting to ask relative to this. In my now moment, how much source energy am I summoning? And in my now moment, of that source energy that I'm summoning, how much am I allowing through the vibration of my being to flow purely through me? When you feel passion, that means big time desire and no resistance or utter allowance. When you feel strong negative emotion, it means big time desire and plenty of resistance that's not allowing the desire to flow through. When you feel peacefulness or contentment, it means not much desire, not right now, this red hot minute, but no resistance either. When you feel slight frustration or milder emotion, it means I've got some focused desire here, and I've got some thoughts that are causing me to vibrate in a way that is not allowing it. In other words, that's what a belief is. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, you see. It's a habit of thought. So what this seminar is about is we call it the science of deliberate creation and the art of allowing. What it is really about is bringing yourself to the place where by paying attention to the way you feel, you can recognize moment by moment whether you're allowing these things you've been asking for or not. Because as we talk to you as deliberate creators, you keep thinking that what deliberate creation must mean is that I will figure out what I want and then I will hold singularly and tenaciously to that thought only. In other words, I'll only think about that. We hear you sometimes as you offer a thought that you think might be off the beat a little bit from what you want, and you'll say, oh, cancel, cancel. You try to suck it back in before the universe gets a chance to get a hold of it. And what we want you to understand is that you have plenty of latitude. You have enormous leeway. You live in this arena of grace. Well-being is your legacy. In other words, you have to do a lot of pinching it off, which means, in most cases, a lot of pushing against something. There's a war against drugs and a war against poverty and a war against AIDS and a war against cancer and a war against crime and a war against all kinds of things. And every one of them getting bigger because every time you look at something and shout no, you hold it in your vibration, which means you include it in your vibration, which means it becomes a part of your point of attraction, which means eventually you will begin to manifest it, which means you become part of the statistics that then others like you begin to push against, you see. And so in this universe that is attraction-based, what you're wanting to do is see that thing that you do not want, look at it long enough to feel it stir within you, I want not that, and then ask yourself, as soon as you have concluded what you do not want, what it is that you do want, and then turn your attention to that. But what we want you to feel about this is that it is a two-step process, and we want you to relax in it and understanding that you cannot help but decipher or discern preference. In other words, every time you've ever yippied or yahooed about anything, the universe has received your request. Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. There are no truer words that have ever been spoken.
If you want it, it can happen when you get out of the way. If you ask for it, it is given when you get out of the way. If you dream it, it can happen when you get out of the way. If you believe it, doors will open when you get out of the way.
And so you're moving along through your life experience. Something's happening at home or at work or in traffic. And as you are moving about and you find this feeling of knowing what you do not want, right in the middle of that is born a determination of what is wanted. And in that moment, the universal forces begin to act on your desire. Now, if you could never think about that again, that conclusion would be easily answered. In other words, you don't have to run around thinking that, thinking only that in order for it to be achieved. But you cannot hold as steady thoughts that vibrationally contradict that desire. So, when we're talking about the art of allowing, what we really mean is the contrast helps you to conclude your desire. It happens continually. It happens hundreds of thousands of times in your daily, weekly, monthly experience. In other words, you are constantly letting the universe know that which you want. We're not talking about the asking with your words. We're talking about the asking that takes place with your vibration. We're talking about the asking that you are doing vibrationally. The universe does not understand your words. It does not speak your verbal language. The universe is responding to your vibrational language. And so, as you are experiencing the contrast of your experience and the rocket of desire is born within you, the universe begins to act on that desire immediately. Now your work, and this is where the art of allowing comes in, the art of letting it in comes in, your work is to hold yourself in a vibrational place where you are no longer resisting the well-being that you've been asking for. It is accurate to say to you that you could move through contrast, launch lots of desires, and pet your cat in order to allow the manifestation. If petting your cat is a pleasing thing to you, it usually is to the cat.
Take yourself somewhere else nice and easy. Take yourself somewhere else gently in your mind. Love yourself, treat yourself, and get happy as you take yourself somewhere else to a better time. Have a nap, pat your cat, and go easy as you take yourself somewhere else to a better time.
One of the reasons that we and many teachers teach meditation is because in the state of meditation, you stop thought. And when you quiet your mind or stop thought, there is no resistance within you. And when there is no resistance within you, you are in the state of letting it in. You're in the state of allowing those things that you've been saying, that you've been wanting. What goes wrong for most of our physical friends is that they get very determined about something, and for a period of time, they will try to use their willpower to hold their thoughts upon one particular subject that is important to them. And so sometimes they will have a workshop, sometimes they will sit and write for a period of time, sometimes they will be very diligent about articulating what they want. But then they go right back into their day-to-day routine where they are angry and driving, they are feeling frustrated at work, they are upset about this, they are finding fault about this, they are feeling blame about this, they are feeling guilt about this. And in all of that normal thought, they hold themselves in a vibrational ball of resistance so that even though the universe is making every effort, and we promise you it is a genius machine that is acting on your behalf, but you're just not letting it in. Good. Now you know everything we know.
Whenever you feel anger or sadness or frustration or lack of inspiration, allow, allow, allow. And if you have a problem and can't find a solution, before you jump to action, allow, allow, allow. There's no use in complaining about old that you know the answer. The next time you feel anger, you just have to remember, alive, alive, alive. There's no use in complaining about old hurts remaining. Life can be so endearing with the universe cheering. Now that you know the answer, the next time you feel anger, you just have to